Hello, welcome to The Honest Brew. This is a little mini episode with your girl Sara from Indigo Elephant. And we're in a different setup. If you are on YouTube watching this, you see my beautiful bookshelf. I mean, don't even get me started with it. But I was on a walk today and I was thinking about SOPs, which is often the last thing people think about. And an SOP is a standard operating procedure. And basic terms, it's literally an instructional document on how you run different areas of your business. So you would have one on how you create your Instagram content. You would have one for how you manage your inbox. You could have one for how you onboard clients. Essentially, these documents with videos or screenshots are ways to get these processes out of your head and into something that is external. Because what this will do for you as the business owner is just create a lot of peace. It's one less thing you have to recreate every time you go to market yourself or onboard someone new. It's a document that is constantly updated over time because the way you run your business now is not going to be the same 3 years from now, especially if you have big dreams, big visions. That document needs to evolve with you. And not only does it cultivate you peace of mind, but it also makes it easier then to see what needs to be delegated to someone else. It can also see where maybe an automation could do this because you're like, why am I constantly doing this? I know one of my tools in my tech stack can do it for me. And this is just so important operationally because I feel like this is like the foundation of running your business. It is the backbone. It is the things that people don't typically see front facing. It's a tool to use when training new hires. It's a way to kind of audit yourself on what is or isn't working. And I wanted to share this with you guys because I feel like if you're newer to business or you're at a point where you grew really rapidly and you're now trying to play catch up, is the sooner you can dedicate time to developing these documents, the better, because you don't want to be making six figures and still recreating the wheel every time you log in on Monday morning. That's not the vibe. That's not a CEO. That's when you start to become an employee to your business. And I feel like a lot of us left corporate or never felt called to work a 9 to 5. So why are we putting ourselves in that position within our own businesses? Because I fell into that trap. And it can be easy to fall into when you start listening to other people who are making businesses that you don't even want to have. So what does it look like to actually create an SOP? First things first is this can be something that is chunked out. It can be something that is kind of done as you do the task. I feel like a lot of people think they need to spend 3+ hours making these. You don't. I often recommend my clients to take one aspect of your business. So let's go with marketing, for example. You want to have a general SOP for marketing on what platforms are you on? What are their logins? How often are you posting? What types of content? Is it authority building, value driven? Is it PAS? A general just vibe of your marketing. You can even narrow this down more on like the marketing for social media, marketing for advertisements, marketing for emails, because they all play a different key aspect of your business. So when you have that overall document, that kind of goes over what types of content you like to create on what platforms, how to access the platforms, the frequency and the types. Then you can get more nitty gritty on what is your process for Instagram? Do you have a phase of you like to brainstorm and ideate so that you are just thinking of your ideas and you're flushing them out? And then what does your process look like for turning that idea into a reel, into a IG live, into a carousel? Are there any unique softwares you use, such as maybe Canva, or do you use Riverside to record? And from there, you can go into like your editing. For scheduling, are you manually doing it, or do you have a third-party tool? Do you have a VA who's doing this for you? So when you're done creating, you just hand it off to them. It's a way for you to word vomit out the things that feel natural to you and the things that you're always doing. And something to pay attention to is how you feel. Like, do you feel lit up making a post for Instagram? Or do you feel like your soul's being sucked out of your body every time you think about posting on Instagram? That's a great way to kind of audit yourself and determine what is or isn't working. And the way, once you have that overarching document, then you get nitty gritty with Instagram. The way to do this efficiently is literally to go on Loom or an equivalent so you can screen share and literally go through the process, word vomit it out. You can even do it when you're like, okay, I'm making my Instagram post for this week. I'm just going to record myself doing it right now. Then from that transcript, you can throw it into AI and be like, hey, this is a transcript going over my process for creating Instagram posts. Can you please make this into an easy to read and understand standard operating procedure or SOP that I can utilize for my business and also utilize it when I'm ready to hire? Let the AI do whatever it's gonna do. Feel free to go back and forth with it. Feel free to have it create the doc for you. I personally don't like that. I prefer it to just put it in the chat and then I can copy and paste it into my Google Doc. And then from there, thinking about the branding piece, slap your logo on there. Use the fonts that you use in your regular marketing. Those are ways to infuse your brand into these SOPs, even if it's for yourself or for someone else. I personally like to do it because it just feels fun to me. It makes it more like enjoyable. So, and even for your branding, your brand kit is an SOP. It has your logo, it has your colors, it has your desired fonts. It tells you when to use what fonts where and how to use it in graphics or in video editing or whatever it is. So with all of this, standard operating procedures can be really easy to create. I recommend you select one area of your business. It could be when you're actually doing the task in your daily life for your business. Record it with a platform like Loom, or I've even done screen shares in Riverside before or Google Meet. Get the recording, yank the transcript out, throw it into AI to have it organized, and then have an SOP folder in Google Docs or slap it into your project management tool so that you always have it. And then set a reminder every quarter to go read through it again to be like, do I even still do these things? Do they still align with my goals? I'm ready to hire. Would this make sense to someone who's not familiar with my business? So I have yapped for a hot second. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, I hope you leave a comment, you subscribe, follow, whatever, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.